How's it going, everybody? Wild Man Wes here.
And I'm Jefe.
And welcome to a October/Halloween edition of What's Your Poison? Today we're in Jefe's neck of the woods. We have 4 different beers from around the area. Some that I ordered on Tavour. It's an app you can put on your phone and you can order beers online. They've got a lot of stuff from around the States. Jefe's got something he picked up. And we have a special one that my girlfriend Ashley special ordered from Binny's that we are very excited to try. So, shall we get started?
Aye, Captain.
All right, let's get to round 1.
All right, first up was a strange one that I ran into through a beer subscription that I have, and it is called the Windsor Wendigo, or Wendigo, depends on where you're from.
Wendigo!
It's a Grodziski ale, which is a specialty Polish-style Pilsner made, it is like just before fall, so the end of summer, and it's definitely creepy. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. Just
This thing is terrifying.
This one, it's about a 4.2%?
Yeah, this one's definitely on the lighter side because it's more of a Pilsner style. This is a Grodziski ale, and it's light, but very different flavor than
so
you
our
expect.
hangovers won't be that bad in the morning.
Don't put your, all of your eggs in one basket because we still have a couple beers to go.
Fair enough.
This is a collaboration between Barrel Brothers and Melvin Brewing. Melvin Brewing does all of the beer brewing for Lazy Dog restaurants, and Barrel Brothers is out of Sonoma, California. So these guys just came in a subscription pack that I picked up this last season. So been very interesting trying these interesting collaboration beers. Okay, looks like a normal light beer.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's got that champagne gold.
Now, I am curious. You said that you watched an episode of Letterkenny recently.
Yes.
And the description that you made of this beer as a joke was what?
Oaky, smoky, but definitely refreshing. Oh my. It already smells like that. Whew.
So how your fake made-up description actually nailed this on the head before you even tasted it cracked me up.
Son of a bitch.
It is definitely oaky and smoky. Super smoky. Like
This is what I get for talking shit.
Yes. So a typical smoke beer would also
Wow.
be known as a Rausch beer, which is a German-style lager. So a Grodziski ale is very similar to a Rausch-style beer. Rausch-style beers technically are a little darker, more amber or brown in color, but this one is a light Pilsner, a little hazy, and
Yeah.
it's super drinkable, but it's so weird that you're getting those dark beer flavors out of this light beer.
I feel like I'm drinking a fire pit right now.
Right, it's so smoky, like
But I can't stop drinking it because it's actually refreshing. Wow. Ow.
This is so different. I highly recommend this to anybody who wants to try something new and unique in beer. And I honestly think that smoky beers should be used more prominently at breweries. I think that there's a lot of I don't want to say pull, but I do want to use the term like there could be a lot of attention to something new and unique. This is so rare that you see something like this come out of a brewery, and I love smoky beers.
What's messing with my head is the taste and the aroma are different. Like when I make that oaky smoky thing, it smells oaky, but tastes smoky.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
You cannot smell the smoke. I mean, it smells
no. I mean, whether you
like a wood chipper.
yeah, well, whether you do the drive by or the 3 sniff, it's just like you go, okay, earthy, and then you take the sip and you're like, time out.
Yeah. Wait till you have to burp.
Oh. I better be burping fire, motherfuckers.
So when it comes to how many pounds? Oh man, how many pounds?
How many pounds?
I tell you, this really does. For me, I say 4.5 pounds. I have a lot of fun with this beer. It's really tasty.
You know what? I mean, I want to agree with you completely. I'm gonna say 4.25.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to go right out of the gate, big grading. But at the same time, it's just like I said, if I'm not burping fire, man, I'm gonna be a little pissed off. Oh, while we're finishing these, we'll move on to round 2. So for round 2, this is one that I picked up on that Tavour app. I don't know. Tavour. This one is from Copper Kettle Brewing in Denver, Colorado. This is Spooky Hollow. It is a rum barrel-aged pumpkin porter. when I heard about this, I was excited.
All things Jefe. That's what this is. Everything on here. Rum, barrel aged. Yes, yes, yes. Imperial pumpkin porter. Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Yeah.
666. He's evil.
Well,
Aren't we all?
well. This is 9.2 ABV, and this is a really awkwardly tall can.
Yeah.
I don't. How many ounces this is? 19.2 ounces. Why? Why not?
I don't know. I mean, it's not really. Is it? No, it's a little over. How much is a pint now? I'm trying to
16.
16. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's like a pint and a third.
It's
Like,
really
or a pint
odd.
before, it's something, I
So
don't
the
know.
only other times I've ever seen something that's over like 19 ounces is something from Europe. It's like the bigger bottles that they normally put out.
It pours slightly.
I smell
dark
it from
amber.
here. Yeah, so it
but when it actually lands in the glass, it's so dark.
so dark.
Are you sure you're not from the DC universe? So dark. Oh my gosh.
That is dark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can smell it from here. It smells good.
Oh, like I said in the last
Pumpkin
one,
spice, the basics coming out.
I want to live in this one.
Oh my god, yes.
I want to live in all of these.
Yeah, oh my god. 2 for 2 on the smells.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm tasting coconut in there for some reason.
It tastes like pie.
Yeah.
I'm getting like, it tastes like pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Like,
okay, so yeah.
Yeah, like a coconut cream pie, kind of pumpkin, kind of. It's
Yeah.
creamy. It's definitely creamy. The pumpkin spice is there. It's got some kind of like dairy-ish or vanilla in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It tastes like beer pumpkin spice latte.
So
Yeah.
thinking about this with the ABV being 9.2. It doesn't taste like 9.2. It
No.
tastes so light,
No.
and that could be dangerous as hell. Because, man, woo, this is not a patio powder by any stretch of the means.
But hot damn, if you ever saw this on a tap list, I hope you jumped at it. This is really enjoyable. I love every second of this. This reminds me, I had a pumpkin porter last year that was pretty good. That was probably my favorite out of it was the Elysian pumpkin pack. And they had a porter in there. This one beats that for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm liking it. It is drying out my mouth a little bit. Just slightly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. But the flavor-wise, I mean, the notes in here are just, they're on point.
I highly recommend, like, big beers like this, big beer, big flavor, big share, big moments, man. You know, create these moments with your friends. But this is one of those beers I would definitely bring to a game night and share with everybody. All right, so, pals.
I want to give it a very high grade. I'm going to have to say 4 pows because of the fact it's drying my mouth out just slightly. But otherwise, had it not been drying it out, I'd say about 4 3/4. But I'm going to have to go with 4 right now.
I'll go with the 4. I'd say unanimous 4 because it is really good. It is pretty tasty. I definitely would recommend this beer. But yeah, the dryness does have a huge factor in it, especially when you want to keep drinking. A lot of people's first reaction to pumpkin beer is it tastes like pumpkin pie. Sure, but think about all the elements of a pumpkin pie. The creaminess, the texture, the spice, the crust, or the whipped cream. It's got a lot of these things going on for it. And as I'm going on, I am tasting a bit more of a boozy taste as well. So I am getting a little bit, and I think that booziness is what's drying out the mouth.
While we're savoring this moment, we are going to take a quick little break, but be sure to stick around for a round. So for round 3, from Riverlands Brewing Company, we have Cooler Gargoyle. This is an Imperial milk stout that's been infused with milk stout, coffee grounds, and cocoa nibs. We've had cocoa nibs in some of our beers before. I mean,
yes.
One of the ones that I remember very vividly was the Hey Man, There's a Beverage Here. That was a very long time ago. This was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that beer.
Understood. But let's hope that the cocoa nibs in this one...
Most beers with cocoa nibs I do enjoy. That beer in particular, I just did not.
Hey, you know what? Jefe may not have abided on that one, but you know, I beg to differ.
He did. He liked it.
Hey, you know...
That's all good.
That's just your opinion, man.
Exactly! That's the point. Oh!
I will admit, spoiler alert,
Jerk.
I've had this one before. It is...
Jerk.
It's dark, tasty, flavorful. It's been a while. By that I mean like 2 weeks.
Whoa! Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. That's a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Like burnt coffee flavor or smell.
Fresh ground but burnt.
Yes, fresh ground. It smells like coffee beans right after they're getting out of the grinder. I don't know if anyone ever smelled that on an unusual basis, but wow. Okay, well now I'm intrigued.
All right.
Whoa. Wow. Okay, this is 10% ABV, folks.
Yeah.
It's coffee.
Yeah.
There's a little chocolate richness to it. I like that.
A little heavy.
The coffee definitely, it's like burnt coffee grounds, which is fine. That's a normal stout characteristic, but like that's really burnt. Not in a bad way.
Maybe on that
It's
one.
funny, hold on, but it's funny that we could talk about how things can taste burnt versus things tasting smoky. And the difference being, smoke does not necessarily mean that something's burnt. It's that something's burning and the smoke is going through it. But this tastes like burnt coffee grounds.
Have you ever heard the term bitter beer face?
Yeah!
My lips are doing the bitter
Bitter beer face for sure. So it's like, it's not the hop bitter beer face. It is a coffee bitter beer face. Okay, so, pass. Did we talk enough about it?
No.
Sorry. This is throwing me off. It's throwing off my game.
So, flavor-wise, I like the flavor. It's just, after a while, it tends to... It's rough after a while. A little bit. By a little, I mean mid-grade rough.
And yeah, no, I've had worse beers. This is not a bad beer.
No,
it's just a sipper, man. You
Yeah.
gotta take your friggin' time with it. No, I'm saying.
I know what you're saying there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say this one I'm gonna give it about 3 3/4 pows.
Wow, I thought you'd rate it higher.
I mean, I would. It's just that bitter. I mean, because I've had it before.
Yeah.
But I also did it. I also drank it from the can. So because there is that difference between drinking it from a can and from a glass. And when I had it out of the can, it tasted a lot. I don't know. Maybe the sweetness was a little more there. But in the glass, the flavor profile, it has brought out a little more of the aromatic. It is more.
Absolutely. You got to let the beer breathe for sure.
And that's why with breathing it, my grade has gone down a little bit.
I understand that. No, I can definitely understand it. You got to let the beer breathe in general, and that's why I always pour into a glass anyway.
So, what would you give your grade on this one?
I would say 3. 3. It's not a bad beer, but like, man, it's got to take a lot for me to come back to it. And even if I did, I'd probably just do a small sample of it. Like a 5-ounce pour on a flight, I would totally be something worth drinking this. I don't know if I want to do a whole glass.
No, I totally agree on that one. Well, while we're trying to finish this and get the out of our chest, time to move on to another strong one, stronger than before in round 4. You ready, folks?
Yeah, buddy.
We're gonna be ready.
All right, for our 4th and final beer of the day, this is Lakefront Brewing out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. These guys have been around for some time, and they yearly come out with a pumpkin beer. But this time, they came out with a barrel-aged pumpkin beer. Sometimes when that comes out, it's not that much of a difference in ABV. Point being, Whole Hog Pumpkin is my favorite pumpkin beer of all time. Their Imperial version was only about 1.5 higher in ABV. This is over 13% ABV in a 12-ounce bottle.
Oh yeah.
So that means you buy it in a 6-pack. But my friend here has a wonderful girlfriend who had bought an entire case of this beer.
Well, she got the OG. she found a 6-pack of.
Oh, she got an OG. Oh,
it's all right. You know what?
She got a whole case of this beer. That she got a 6-pack of this and a whole case of the other.
But she did very well finding these.
Yeah, so these aren't normally distributed to this area. Last year they didn't even bring pumpkin beer in at all because of COVID.
Well, and last year she was begging some of her friends that live up around that area to bring her some, but even then it was hard as hell to do.
She swears that it's her favorite beer. So let's try the 13% Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Lakefront Brewing. Wow. Okay, so let's look at this beer. There's a lot of clarity in this. And it is, yes, an Imperial Ale.
A lot of clarity on the table, too.
Pumpkins and spice with vanilla added and aged in brandy barrels. So,
I love it.
Yeah, brandy barrels, 20 IBUs, 13.4%.
I can smell the brandy on that one.
That smells boozy AF, my friends.
Boozy AF.
Boozy AF. But that's really all I'm getting. I'm getting some fall spice, but getting some brandy boozy. That's sweet. Like sugar sweet, like cooked sugar sweet. Caramel. Lots of caramel. I am getting vanilla. It's got a little vanilla in there. This is a sipper. And honestly, I would drink this even warmer than where it's at. We've let this beer out since the beginning of the review.
This is boozy pumpkin pie at its finest.
It's really boozy pumpkin. Very tasty. Very thin. Like the body is very, very thin and very light. It almost I mean, look, all the head is gone, the carbonation's gone. It almost drinks like a malt liquor. Just not in a bad way.
Tastes better.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
The taste is sweet and boozy. And I would drink this warmer. Like, I would drink this sitting. I would drink this room temperature, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no.
And that's not saying anything bad about it.
No.
That's actually it's actually saying a lot, because not a lot of beers can you drink at room temperature. This one you can, and honestly, it works for it. I think it's that liquor taste to it. It is very thin in body, very light in body, but it's very heavy in flavor and booziness.
It reminds me of a mead sometimes.
Yeah. Where it can be very light in body, but very heavy in ABV, and you feel that in the taste.
It goes down like water, but man, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yes, I would say that. Yes, 100%. I agree with that.
I like it. I mean,
it tastes great. This is definitely. But again, even just for a 12-ounce bottle, like, whew.
I would say on the flavor.
How are they selling this in 6-packs? Is my question.
The flavor on this is great. On the nose feel, though, it can be a little overwhelming because it's almost like it burns.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you sans the nose feel on the whole aspect of drinking this, I mean, it is very good. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be drinking a 6-pack of this throughout the night. I mean, you could, but you're gonna regret it in the morning, and especially, Jefe's very intrigued on the
Oh, I see. No, I was just looking I was wondering what this hourglass meant. It says seller certified. So that means you can literally let this sit for a while, and I have another bottle, so I'm gonna let that sit for a while, and then we'll revisit this Sunday.
Sounds good. He's gonna sit and let that one marinate.
I'm gonna sit and let that marinate.
Huh. So, that being said, what would you grade this? I mean,
holy cow, man.
Man,
I'd give it.
This is a coin toss a little bit.
I'm gonna give it 3 3/4 pow. 3 3/4 pow.
3 3/4 pound. All right. I totally understand where you're coming from on this one. I'm gonna go 3.5 because of the nose feel. Because it's like after a while breathing it in, it's like I can't really smell much else. But don't worry, I don't need to get... I've already been vaccinated, folks. I don't have to worry about anything
Wait,
else.
what?
I can't smell anything after smelling this! Because of the alcohol burn in the nose, man.
So you make a COVID joke?
Yeah, I make a COVID joke. Don't flag us, YouTube. Please don't. Make sure that you like... And if you didn't agree with some of the reviews that we had on
Did
some
you
of
just
these
say
beers-
make sure you like?
Yeah.
Sorry. Make sure you like and subscribe all the videos that you guys see here, especially this one. And if you want to see the next episode of What's Your Poison, we got you here on Dragonfire Entertainment.
And if you don't get enough of the fill on Dragonfire Entertainment, make sure you check out Jefe's channel, Beer You, Beer Me. He's got a plethora of things.
Also, check out my TikTok at Beer You, Beer Me, where I review individual beers with a few minute reviews there.
Yep. I need to get on that at some point, but I need to get a new phone. But only time will tell on that.
Tick-a-tack, tick-a-tack.
I know, right? Until then, I'm Wildman West.
And I'm Jefe.
And we will see you next time on What's Your Poison? Cheers, mate.